Assalamu alaikum to all, to DHA Education System, subject Environment of Pakistan, class C2, week 7, 18th May to 22nd May. References and resources which will be required are Environment of Pakistan by Humanat Sethi. New chapter we are going to start. It is secondary industries in Pakistan, and you can also call them the manufacturing industries, in which we manufacture something. Page 155 to 159, and the topic factors affecting industries in Pakistan. Topic as usual will be explained with the help of web, maps and pictures, and at the end short questions will be given for confirmation of learning. But while you are going through the slides, please follow the text reference book as well for further information. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to enlist factors affecting major industries, describe problems and advantages of cotton textile industry, explain different type of raw materials, locate on map major areas of cotton textile industry. In this topic, you will learn about types of industries, factors affecting secondary industry, and also about cotton textile industry. Factors affecting industries. Factors for industrial location, they can be physical and human. When we use word physical, it means natural factors. Physical factors includes natural roots, site requirements. Human factors, obviously raw material, access to market, capital is very important, demand of the product, government policies, are they favorable or not, skilled labor and unskilled labor, both are important in this case. Power supply, continuous power supply is very much important for the smooth running of the machineries, and industrial linkages. When we say word natural route, it means it is near the sea or some river, which is not important in case of Pakistan, but it is mostly important in other countries of the world. And site requirement means that what are the physical ground. Physical ground means that where the industry is located, is it a flat area or it is some mountainous area, is it near the seaport or the sea. So this is the site requirements. For example, Pakistan's iron and steel industry is located at the sea because we have to import raw materials from other countries. So to reduce transportation cost, we need a seaport near the iron and steel industries. Every industry works as a system. Same is the case with secondary industry. First of all, it has some inputs, which is capital, money, enterprise, land requirement. Raw materials are very important, power and labor. Processes, there are different processes for each industry. For example, smelting for iron and steel industry, weaving, spinning, dyeing, printing, knitting, stitching, they are for cotton textile industry, tanning and molding, they are for other industries. Outputs can be your processed goods, manufactured goods such as drugs, fans, and the products of the construction industry. When we use the word processed goods, so it can be cement, cotton yarn, ghee, lime, sugar, wheat flour, which may be raw materials for other industries or sold directly to the public, because by wheat flour we make atta or roti. For example, cotton yarn is further used to make cotton cloths, ghee is further used to make food, sugar is further used to make sugar products where it is used. So they are the processed goods, so they can be used as raw material for other products. Soft drinks, packets of tea and tinned fruit, which are sold directly to the public. Manufactured goods which are completely manufactured and they cannot be used for other raw materials. For example, bottles, cotton cloth, nuts, bolts, steel sheets and wire which may be raw materials for other industries or sold directly to the public. Axles, electric motors, fan guards and wheel hubs which are almost entirely the raw materials for other industrial units, and end product will be sold and profit will be earned. There are different types of raw material: primary resources, secondary resources. When we discuss primary resources, they are further categorized into sustainable or renewable and non-renewable. Sustainable includes agriculture, timber, fish, water and power. Agriculture crops, for example cotton, wheat, maize, fruits. Animal products like milk, wool and hides. Power, water, wind and sunlight to produce electricity. Non-renewable, it includes power, for example coal, oil and gas. Minerals, metallic minerals like iron ore or chromite. Non-metallic minerals, limestone, rock salt and gypsum. These are such only the examples, but there are more examples as well. Secondary products, processed and manufactured, as we discussed in the previous slide. Processed cotton yarn, wheat flour, wood pulp, manufactured cotton cloth, engine, steel coils. Raw materials. Raw materials are the basic commodity from which finished goods are made. They may be primary, processed or manufactured goods. Raw materials can either be primary or secondary resources. Types of industries: primary industry, secondary industry and tertiary industry. Primary industry, as we know, agriculture, it is concerned with the collecting or making available of material provided by nature, for example agriculture, fishing, mining and quarrying. Secondary industry, it is concerned with transforming materials provided by the primary industries into products more directly useful to people. Secondary industry is further divided into small scale cottage industry, small and medium industry, large scale industry. Small scale industry, the traditional or craft industry, normally does not use modern technology and is often organized on a family basis. Small and medium scale factory, it uses modern technology and is organized into firms or companies which operate plants, factories or workshops. Large scale manufacturing converts raw materials such as cotton, timber, rubber, copper, bauxite and limestone into manufactured goods like shirts, paper, tires, copper wire, aluminium and cement. Through greater automation and standardized mass production, large scale manufacturing has a much higher output per worker. Industries varies greatly in terms of size and complexity. It ranges from small scale industry to a multinational company that operates in many different countries and produces many different products. For example, ICI, McDonald's, Toyota. Tertiary industry, they provide services such as banking, insurance, transport and hotels. First of all, definition. Industry, it is concerned with the whole process of production of manufactured goods. Secondary sector workers from the major building block of industries. Processing industry, it is the branch of industry that is concerned with the making of formulas and manufacturing recipes. For example, food and beverages, paints and coatings, cosmetics, pharmaceuticals. Manufacturing industry, it is the branch of industry that is concerned with using tools and machines to make a product which is to be sold. Cottage industry, this is the type of industry where 1 to 5 employees are involved, for basically family members. and fixed assets do not exceed from 1 to 2 lakh. They include potter making, furniture, carpet making, embroidery. They are labor intensive with little use of machinery. Local skills along with locally available raw materials are utilized. Small scale industry. These are industries which employ 10 to 50 workers. Their fixed assets don't exceed 10 million rupees. They are labor intensive with limited use of machinery. Some of the raw materials may be brought from nearby cities. Large scale industry. These are industries which employ more than 300 workers. Large number of workers and their fixed assets exceed 100 million rupees. That is high capital as an input. They use many machines and the products are produced in large amounts. Land requirements are big too. Now the first example that we are going to start is an example of a large scale industry, and which is your cotton textile industry. There are different factors that affect the location of cotton textile industry in different areas of Pakistan. For example, Karachi, Faisalabad, Hyderabad, they are the main centers. Let's take example of Karachi first. Sufficient labor is available from all over the country. Imported machinery is saved from additional transportation cost as Karachi is located at the port. No extra transport charges on export of cotton goods. A large domestic market for cotton products because cotton is the most comfortable fabric to wear in the hot and humid climate of Karachi and adjoining areas. Availability of power supplied by Kurangi Thermal Power Station, Karachi Nuclear Power Plant and Bin Qasim Thermal Power Station. Linked the rest of the country by an efficient transport system. Availability of capital and experienced entrepreneurs. Faisalabad, located close to the cotton belt of Punjab. Labor force available from the adjoining areas. Large local market in thickly populated province of Punjab. Favorable government policies, for example, infrastructure. Hyderabad, located in the cotton producing areas of Lower Sindh. Large local market in Sindh. Not far from the port of Karachi for importing machinery and exporting products. Other centers, they have a domestic market or demand, enjoy favorable government policies like tax holidays and other incentives. This is a map showing some of the areas of Pakistan where cotton textile industries are present, and mostly they are present in KPK, Punjab and Sindh. The processes which usually take place at a cotton textile industry: after picking, the seed cotton is sent to ginning mills. Here it is dried to reduce moisture and the dust is removed. Then the lint is separated from the seed by rotating saws which don't allow the seeds to go through them. The lint is packed into bales while the seeds are sent to vegetable and ghee industries. Samples are taken from lint to assess its quality in terms of fiber length, consistency of length, color, etc. All of these factors determine the price of the bale. The bales are sent to textile mills where fibers from different bales are twisted and turned together by computer controlled machines to achieve a uniform thickness of fiber. This produces yarn. Then different yarns are interlaced to make cloth, which is also automated. The cloth is then cleaned, immersed in chemicals to enhance finishing and increase its price. Loose threads are also removed. The cloth is then sent for dyeing where a uniform color scheme is applied to a length of cloth. After this, it is sent for printing, where a series of design schemes are applied onto the cloth sheets, pillowcases, shirts, bed lining. All are made from this finished cotton cloth. Cotton seeds, upon reaching the vegetable and ghee industry, are washed and then passed through rollers. Thus, cotton seed oil is expelled, leaving behind the cotton seed. The oil is used to make cooking oil or margarine. Importance of cotton textile industry. They made 60% of total exports of Pakistan. It contributes 7% of the GDP. They earn more foreign exchange. It provides employment to large sector. It meets the local demand of the market. It earns foreign exchange for the country. Problems: shortage of raw material due to leaf curl virus, strong competition from different countries. It needs further modernization to sustain in the international market. It requires more capital investment. International restrictions on Pakistan products due to child labor. Shortage of raw material due to natural hazards reduces raw material for cotton industry. Confirmation of learning or recap. It will be done through short questions. What are the problems of cotton textile industry? What are different types of raw materials? What is cottage industry? The answers will be given in the next slide. In the meantime, you can refresh and go through the topic for the answers that what you have learned. Answers: shortage of raw material due to leaf curl virus, strong competition from different countries. It needs further modernization to sustain in the international market. Sustainable, non-renewable, processed and manufactured. This is a type of industry where 1 to 5 employees are involved, usually family members, and fixed assets do not exceed from 1 to 2 lakh. They include potter making, furniture, carpet making, embroidery. They are labor intensive with little use of machinery. Local skills along with locally available raw materials are utilized.